Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 35. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a guy who missed the last 2 full seasons, it's Jerick McKinnon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
For Jerick McKinnon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. The 40, the 30. 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Jake Elliott on
the big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded in the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
32-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Going for it with McKinnon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Freeman. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Taken down at the 43.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And here's Sanders on 1st down, but going nowhere as he's tackled well behind the line.
The tackle by
this defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wentz, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
complete.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Incomplete.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
What's the deal, y'all?
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Garoppolo to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll throw from the gun. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
On 1st down, Freeman. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
A lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Completes it to Samuel. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
19-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
He's brought down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of. And now they can move forward.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. From his linebacker spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. the gun, it's Garoppolo. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Makes the score Eagles.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
25-yard line.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. He personally is playing poorly, but the bottom line is his team's winning. He probably feels, oh, hey, if I can right the ship, we can really extend this lead.
Just try and get back to being the player he knows he can be and continuing to be the leader that he has to be. Doesn't matter whether he's playing real well or not. When you're winning the game, everything's good. It really, you got to treat it like it's sunshine. Hey, everything's great. That's what he has to continue to do, and I'm with you. He wants to play better to make sure he's a part of it.
He wants to flip those interceptions and touchdown numbers. 2 INTs, no touchdowns. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. On consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. You know, their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true, because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely, give these guys something to cheer about. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
First down.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
27-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
So much of the 49ers' success last season was due to tight end George Kittle, the NFL's all-pro tight end in 2019. If you want to start a debate, ask the question, is he the best tight end in the game, or is it Kansas City's Travis Kelce? Maybe they're 1A and 1B. In any event, Kittle had 107 catches last season, his 2nd straight 1,000-yard season, and he's a threat anywhere on the field, especially as you get closer to the goal line.
Gold with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Robbie Gould to kick off.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it'll bring up 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
A gain of 2 yards on the play.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
San Francisco.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 49ers' 47-yard line.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage? The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Garoppolo swings it out to the flat for Freeman. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel turned into a big gain downfield, but what a nice job they did getting to him quick.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. It's now 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain.
Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Garoppolo. Incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass. Incomplete.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Wentz's pass.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over.
22 yards.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Garoppolo leaves for McKinnon on the draw. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Now we've got with
Doing it the entire ball game, maybe change up some blocking.
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
By the Eagles.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Well, the jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
That handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And just like that, it's 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Wentz now to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Screen play, McKinnon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. Got his target, Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Garoppolo on first down. And Kittle catching the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, just like last play. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. Able to find Higgins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one, I think.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He was taken down by...
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
33 yards on the play.
33 yards that time.
Philadelphia.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown.